my name is Rachel Northcutt, and I've done the 4-year AP track at the high school. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about why that's what I chose to do. Well, starting out freshman year, you're given like the decision, so you know that there's a chance you could go to Gatton or UWC or Middle College. So, and I know now there's even more. So I had to think about why I wanted to, if I was going to try to get into those or if I was going to stay all 4 years. One of the biggest things that pulled me to stay just overall 4 years is for the high school experience. I've learned quickly over the 4 years that in high school is one of the biggest times when you kind of find out who you are. There's lots of influences going on, and people always told me in middle school, you know, when you get to high school, all your friends are going to change, things are going to change, and I never believed it until I got here, and it was true. Now I'm at senior year, and my life is totally different, and the people I'm around are totally different than when I was in 8th grade. So, and I think it took all 4 of those years to figure out where I stood and to be confident enough in myself that I could go out in the real world, like go out to college if I wanted to go to college early, and be confident enough that I know who I am, I know what I believe, and I'm not going to get just persuaded by everyone I come across. So I think it's important to stay all 4 years, first of all, to figure out who you are. And second of all, I chose not to go to Middle College or Gatton because I wanted to stay on the campus. Our school has like 1,400 students, and I think that's a positive aspect at Marshall County because it gives you the chance to have a lot of student involvement, and we have a lot of chances to like go to games, go to dances. There's just all kinds of opportunities offered here that you wouldn't get if you go to Middle College. I've made lots of friends and met lots of people, and I know a lot of people that have gone to Middle College or gone to UWC have lost contact with everybody here. And I know a lot of people say high school is the best time of their life, and I might not completely agree with that. But I do think it's important to have those 4 years of high school to have fun and still be a kid for a while, because you have the rest of your life to work and be an adult. And this is the time to take advantage of these 4 years you still have left to have fun now that you're getting your license, and have fun, be able to go to games and stuff while you still can before you get into college and things are going to get really serious. So I chose to do the AP track, and I've taken AP Chemistry, AP Government, AP US History, AP Euro, AP Calc, and throughout high school I've taken AP Chemistry, AP Statistics, AP Calculus, AP Government, AP US History, AP Euro, AP Language, and AP Literature. So there's a lot of reasons I found out that these are really good, and the main one is it prepares you for college. When you compare regular classes course to an AP course, just from my friends, the number one thing I've seen is the homework load. My friends who are in the regular classes, we're seniors now, so we've had compared for 4 years. I remember like nights that they'd go a year and never have homework, and the AP courses, although depending on the class, some you have more homework than others, I learned how to have homework, and one of the biggest things that is I learned how to prioritize. Obviously, when you get to college, you're going to start having homework, and you're going to have to work outside of your 1 hour time slot of college classes. So I think it's important to go ahead and learn how to prioritize now until you're actually in college where you're paying thousands of dollars, and you would learn how to prioritize then. So I've learned how to deal with time and how to work through problems at home on my own without the help of teachers in the classrooms. And I've also saved myself a lot of money because I've registered for classes 2 weeks ago at the University of Kentucky. And every AP test I took, I made a 3 on all of them, except for AP Calculus. And so I got college credit for every single one of those. And they all transferred over, and so that was about 20 hours of credit, so basically I got out of 1 semester. Just from the classes I took here, which were completely free, except for the AP exam, which maybe cost around $80 or $90. So it was $80 is equal to a whole class of college. So I saved money, and then also the teachers here, the AP teachers are amazing. Miss DeBilly has taught for I don't know how long, but she teaches college classes online as well, and she knows how to work with you and challenge you. We get in the lab, All the friends that have graduated before me that have gone on to take chemistry in college have said they are at the top of their class when they get into chemistry in college because she's so phenomenal in the way she teaches. AP Government, I would suggest to be one of the first classes you take. Coach Carrick does an awesome job, and it's interesting. He catches your attention, but you also have to learn to read on your own. It's a lot of memorizing. It's a lot of reading the book on your own. But he allows for test retakes and stuff, which most teachers do not. So that's a good class to get you into the studying mode early. But it'll also give you a chance, if you're struggling, you have a chance to catch up with that. As far as dual credit classes and stuff goes, if you just refuse to do the AP track, that is a good second option. I've done the M&A health courses for dual credit, so those will count as electives when I get to college. But also, one regret I have is I doubled up on math freshman year. Sophomore year I took pre-calculus, junior year I took AP calculus, and this year I'm in AP stats. So AP stats, if I pass the exam, will get me out of a credit, and AP calculus would have too. However, you also have to have algebra for almost every degree that you're going to get. So if I had gone ahead and not doubled up and just stayed on the normal math track, and then I would have took college algebra my senior year, I would already be out of that. Instead, I've advanced, so now my AP stats, I'm going to have to go all the way back to college algebra my freshman year. So basically that's why I've done what I've done over the last 4 years. Some final things I just have to say is GSP is a huge opportunity you have through staying for 4 years, and I'd encourage everyone that can to apply to it. It's a 5-week program that gives you full tuition to any in-state public school. It's anyone you talk to would just say how much they love it. You spend 5 weeks on a college campus, you make lots of friends, you go on field trips around the state. It's just a great time. It flies by. You think you're going to lose your whole summer, but it's fine. You don't lose your whole summer. You're only gone for 5 weeks, and it's definitely worth it. It's like being on a vacation. And now I have the option of any school in the state I want to go to, and I'm getting it for free. And then also, if you stay for 4 years, the guidance counselor, Miss Boone, is phenomenal at helping you. As far as scholarship goes, there is so many opportunities, and I feel like being with a guidance counselor, as awesome as Miss Boone is going to help you be prepared and help you get that paid for. She comes to your class once a month, I think. She's constantly bringing schools in to you to meet us here, to meet with us, so you can choose the school that's right for you. She sends us newsletters every month that gives us just pages and pages of scholarships. I think I've applied for probably over 50 scholarships, and it is all thanks to her. I never would have found them if I hadn't had her. She gives you the website, it's just all the information, so all you have to do is fill it out. She does all the work for you. So staying in a college where you're still in this environment, I think it's important to have the teachers here that are going to challenge you and teach you how to challenge yourself, and the guidance counselors that are going to bring the opportunities to you to get your college paid for, and also just to have the high school experience. I think that's important to enjoy these 4 years. But while you're here, I think you should challenge yourself and take the AP course.
Hi, my name is Ellie Steele, and I'm a senior at Marshall County High School. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is the importance of staying in high school for the traditional 4 years. One of my favorite experiences that I look back on whenever I look back on high school is going to be the summer after my junior year. I was a Governor's Scholar, and I went to the Bellarmine University campus for 5 weeks of my summer, and it was by far to the day the best experience I've ever had. One thing that GSP really did for me, I got a lot out of the 5 weeks, but I got a lot more out of the months that led up to applying for GSP. I learned so much about myself and about the importance of being a well-rounded student and the importance of community service while I was applying for GSP. It's the first time that I've ever really filled out any kind of application or anything like that, and it's a very extensive application. You have multiple references that you have to get, and so that's a new experience, is having to talk to not only teachers, but I had to have a community recommendation. So having to go outside of our little bubble here at the high school and talk to people in the community and ask them to validate to somebody else that I was worth going to this program. Another thing that I found was really important over my 4 years of high school that helped me get into GSP was finding out where you belong. We have tons of opportunities here at the high school with electives, and almost every department at the high school has a club that goes along with it, whether it's Skills USA or it's HOSA or FBLA or FFA. My personal one that I'm involved in is FCCLA, and that's the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. At the end of my freshman year, I decided to run for an office, and then by my junior year, I was regional president and chapter president, and this year I'm also regional president again. So that has been an amazing experience. I've learned so much about the importance of living for other people and community service, and how whenever you apply for scholarships or whatever it is, GSP, CHA, anything really like that, whenever you talk about yourself and the things that you've done, you focus more on the things that you've done for others and not the things that you've done for yourself. And so that's really helped me to find out not only who I am, but what really is important in this life. Another thing about GSP is that when you're at the high school, sometimes you get caught up in people that don't find all the same things as important as you do. And so when you're in your 5 weeks at GSP, you are completely surrounded by almost 400 kids from across the state of Kentucky that are not only the same age as you, but they have all the same goals as you. And you learn so much from them about being a well-rounded person and about being more selfless than you were before. I met so many incredible people when I was at GSP, people that I will be friends with for the rest of my life, I'm sure. I'll never lose touch with some of those people. There's also, GSP is an amazing experience because all of the people that work there are either they were once scholars themselves, or they're like the teachers are professors at colleges. One of my teachers for one of my classes was a professor at Transy, and she was the most incredible person I've ever met in my life. She taught me so much about education and about the importance of learning as opposed to the importance of a grade. And so a lot of people, whenever you're in school, you focus on whether you have an A or a B or a C or whatever. And she taught me so much about how important it is to learn, and to learn for yourself and not to learn for grades or for anybody else. Another thing that you learn when you're at GSP is what it's really like to be in college. And I know that something that's becoming really popular these days is early graduation. And I have nothing against early graduation. I just don't think that it would ever be for me. One thing that I learned from GSP was how difficult it really is to be on your own and to make your own decisions, and never having anybody to ever tell you where to be or who to be or what decisions to make or what friends to have. And so I feel like the experience of staying for 4 years at this high school is really helpful in finding out who you are and what you believe and who you want to be when you grow up. And I really think that there's a lot to be gained from staying for the 4 traditional years here at the high school. Not only with GSP, that's an amazing opportunity, but we have tons of amazing teachers here at the high school, tons of different courses that you can take to prepare you for college and to prepare you to get money so that you can drop classes whenever you get to college, classes that you won't have to take or pay for. So I'm a really big proponent of staying for the traditional 4 years at Marshall County High School.